playing Twisted Metal Black. I just had to turn something on for the best. I'm not going to be playing anything right now. I might play Twisted Metal Black in the future. I don't know. And I can tell you right now, there will never be a Mr. Maleficent plays Mortal Kombat 11. I am really furious, honestly. I'm going to chime in case I start getting really mad. And I mean really mad. And I'm mad already. As it said in the description, as I put on there, Mortal Kombat 11 broke me. It broke me. And not because of difficulty. Not really, because I've always around that. To coin a phrase from Angry Joe, you done fucked it up. You done fucked it up. I probably should have prefaced with a warning. If you are easily offended, or if you do not like to hear about things you may not agree with politically or socially or whatever, you probably should back off now. Because I'm not normally a politically correct person. I'm really not. But I know where to draw the line. But I also know when to draw the line the other way as well. I'm just so mad right now. Mortal Kombat 11, oh my gosh. No matter how low it turns down, it seems maybe, I bet you have people, and I have music kind of playing randomly from YouTube on my phone because I need something that helps split my focus enough to stay focused. I'm not sure where to begin. I'm really not. The core, I will say this, the core gameplay and some of the ideas about the gear system, you know it's called fucking system. The core gameplay is alright. It is Mortal Kombat. And the fact you can swap abilities, a better playstyle is great. I was pretty good. I was pretty okay with the story mode, and honestly, Kombat, I would not be upset by it. The storyline wise, essentially done. It's essentially done storyline wise. I won't spoil that if you haven't watched it. If you don't play the game already, or haven't watched the story cutscenes on YouTube, I'll leave that to you guys. But that's not what's really important. And this is a continuation of my last rant of the whole $10 dropping price point thing, which was just bullshit. Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. Now, granted, it took me about 2.5 days to really figure a lot of this out, really thoroughly explore the crypt. The crypt is so cool design, but it really is a mobile market. It's all loot boxes. It's all fucking loot boxes. Oh my god. No, they're chests or their soul spire things. Fuck. There is not a very good balance between what you earn in hearts, soul fragments, and gold compared to how many fucking chests there are in the crypt. And the thing is, it wouldn't matter if stuff was actually, you know, set in the crypt. But it's not. It's not. It's random. It's random what's in what fucking chest. So you could be wasting a shit ton of your resources for nothing. Nothing but augments. Oh, God. They ruined Mortal Kombat. They ruined Mortal Kombat with mobile business practices and really strange political stuff. in Mortal Kombat. I was ranting about this to my brother and a couple of other people about a day and a half ago, I think. Because I was playing arcade mode. And I destroyed most of the story. The story's usually written well. But they are clean. And some other stuff, it's like, what? Okay. I was kind of going, here's how I was doing. I was doing arcade mode kind of top to bottom. And I got, one of the ones that really made my jaw drop and go, what in the fuck? Was Jax's arcade end. This I will spoil. If you have not seen it already. If you don't know, Jax is a Special Forces soldier suffering some severe PTSD from being turned into a demon, but, you know, turned back to demon. You know, as a daughter, apparently his wife died between Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 11, and I guess sent him further into the deep end. Which, it's sad and disappointing. Honestly, his story and story got the shaft, in my opinion, but not like his arcade ending. In his arcade ending, he beats Kronika, and Raiden warns him about messing with time. Jax understands that, and he goes on about living the American dream, but not everybody's been able to live it. And I'm like, okay, where's this going? And, you know, the funny thing was, the scenes that were flashing in front of me really weren't ringing a bell at first. Until he got towards the end about you know, I can't even remember the exact words. He pretty much made Wakanda, which I know that sounds like, what's wrong with that? Well, apparently, Jax's entire motivation of all history was to free the slaves and make sure all African Americans are equal. Which, I'm going to preface, I'm sorry, the way I said that was quite kind of wrong. But I guess he is pretty much saying that he in his mind, apparently, the African Americans are still slaves. They're not in the same level as everybody else. And I'm like, come again? What's even worse is that what really bugs me about this is the writers of Mortal Kombat are pretty much just telling me that that he's black, which was honestly secondary to me for him as a character, because he was a soldier. He was a Special Forces soldier. He was a loyal man. He was the strong man, I will admit. Yes, he was kind of the token black guy in Mortal Kombat 2. But this is taken to a whole new level. Because I don't think they even went this far in Mortal Kombat 2. Or any Mortal Kombat that I can really remember. Because I was dumbfounded. I'm like, wait. So rather than say, making sure he has a good life, or making sure he didn't get dishonorably discharged, or making sure his daughter has a good life in the timeline, no, that's too selfish. Which, in a way, it is. But the only thing that mattered to him was black people. I just find that kind of wrong and very strange and out of character. There was no hint of his mind anywhere like this in Mortal Kombat. And this is where I'm trying to get to. I feel bad because I really do sound like a racist right now. But I'm trying to get a point across. Is that it's not just that. There's also some serious fucking gender politics going on in Mortal Kombat 11. Something that at first I didn't really notice or see, because I did notice that, you know, let's say the female outfits were a bit more covering. Okay, whatever. I like their designs, you know. I'm all about that. I'm not necessarily about sexualizing anyone for no reason, unless it's in their character. Melina would be very sexualized, because Melina is a very sexually open character. It's just how she is. But that, and I always figured it was kind of a weird style of Edenian to be a little bit more revealing, because I don't know. I just figured it was an art style for them. But again, this wasn't something that was big and important to me. And then I learned that I guess there's gonna be no legacy outfits for female characters. Okay, why? Because they're too sexually revealing. Although personally, if I look back on, like, say, Mortal Kombat 2's Melina, Katana, and Jade, it's like, not really. They look like Konichi. But whatever. Okay. And then there's a line that Jackie has in her intro with Katana about, strong women should stick together, and I'm like, what? Why? Who? It again just comes off out of nowhere. And maybe I misread that one, but again, it's like, why? But, and then again, I think these things wouldn't bug me. Okay, like, okay, fine. If you're going to do this with the women, why not do this for the men? No legacy outfits for the ninjas. You're not going to have the Konichi have them. Oh, no. We got to have it for them. But we won't have them for the women. I feel like, again, that's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like, so you don't want the legacy outfits because they're too revealing, but which they really weren't. But now you don't want. But now you're also taking away the legacy outfits for the women, excluding them. You see what I'm getting at here? It's kind of like backwards. It's like, so your reasoning is it's too sexualized. But now they're also being discriminated against because they're women. How dare you have boobies? And again, there's revealing outfits for the men. There's a lot of revealing outfits for men. Baraka, one of his outfits is practically just a loincloth. Yeah, he's a freaky monster man, but it was still male. And they showed there are female Tarkata, which is something I was kind of really glad they showed, because I was going to question about everything at the time. And before anyone brings up Melina, she wasn't fully a Takata. But again, it's like, it's like, if you're gonna hold this for the women, then full equalize for men as well. Oh no, it doesn't matter then. Why? I mean, what if I'm offended by their pecs showing all the time? Just throwing it out there. And you know what? There are some people that are. This is... Oh, hold on. That was, no. Where was I? Oh yes, back to my point. If you're gonna do this, scared about sexuality thing or gender politics, then make it equal at this point. This is an argument I've had for a while, especially when it comes to a lot of, and I hate using this term a lot, but SJW, social justice warrior politics. I am not a fan of social justice warrior politics. I'm not. And it's not because I disagree with with the most basic point they're trying to go for. They're trying. The idea is supposed to be, honestly, equal rights, equal pay, all that stuff for everyone. But in practice, that is not what happens. That is not what it's about. It's more because the more and more this keeps going, the more and more I keep seeing, we want all this attention, more pay, more whatever for this particular group or that particular group. I'm not even going to name a specific group because it keeps changing. It's like, guys, seriously. If there really is, I'll put it this way, if there is, without a doubt, every little fact about some serious inequality going on, that is wrong. I agree. But making a problem and then trying to fix it of a problem that you actually are trying to start, that is wrong. And I feel like that is what a lot of SJWs are doing. And that is why I can't get on board with any of them. Because every time I look into this stuff, it's emphasizing a problem that isn't there. For the longest time, one of the things I was vehemently against was SJWs going on about Warhammer 40K. And you know what? That's actually a really good example. The people that advocate for, that say there's inequality, or there's like women being mistreated, or separate races not being, oh my gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? Not getting any inclusion in something. Yeah. One, most of these people that make these complaints, have you actually played this thing you're complaining about or looked into it at all beyond surface level? Because most of the time, the things you're complaining about that aren't there are there. Or things you think are there, but aren't actually there. Warhammer 40K was a great example of this when this was coming up with me. Because there were groups that were complaining women don't do anything in Warhammer 40K. I go, bullshit. There are many women that have done monumental things in Warhammer 40K. Not to mention the Sisters of fucking Battle. There's an entire army of female-only non-Amazons that rip apart everything in their path. They are scary. I like the Sisters of Battle. And they're honestly the closest thing you're going to get to a female Space Marine, because you can't actually have a female Space Marine. And the reason for this is that within the universe, Space Marines are made out of genetic code of the Primarchs, who are all male. Biology 101, the chromosomes don't quite mix well, normally, no. Not without some severe hormone treatment, and in the world of 40K, they don't have the technology to do that anymore. Which is weird. They have technology, it's funny, they have technology for plasma rifles. When it comes to, like, say, changing gender, they got no clue how to do that shit. Isn't that weird? But I know, I'm getting off track. But this is the stuff that's going on in Mortal Kombat. One of the jokes I kind of had when I was first playing it was, honestly, from the history of playing multiple Mortal Kombats, Sonya Blade had the biggest bust size of any of the girls. I'm like, I found it funny. It wasn't that big a deal. And then I noticed it was, now granted, it was a bit more realistic in Mortal Kombat X. But then it was like less so in Mortal Kombat 11, and I'm like, okay, and honestly, my first thought was really that the design for Sonya Blade more to look like Ronda Rousey, who voices her. And apparently, no, that wasn't the deal. That's actually true for all the women. Their bust sizes are really unnoticeable. Even even Shiva was downgraded, and I'm like, huh. Again, it wasn't something that really would have irked me normally, but it's some of those little things that made me go, huh. But again, if you're doing that, then fine. Don't make all the men look like, you know, ripped, I don't want to say wrestlers, but, you know, severely ripped fighters. Now, granted, logically, they'd have to have muscle, so would women. But, again, it's like, guys, girls, whatever, I use guys as a very general term. Guys, if you're gonna do this, then do it both ways. Don't, because honestly, and again, this is again this political you do this, and you're honestly, when you do this, in my opinion, you're kind of just excluding the very people you're trying to include, because you're now separating them as a whole separate group rather than, you know, everybody together in the whole. I don't I feel like again, I'm going on and on about the political stuff that's more and more common than bugging talent. Again, when race and gender are your defining traits, that's kind of wrong. That's kind of wrong. Honestly, that should be secondary to it. You want to know a really excellent example of this? Ellen Ripley. Ellen Ripley and the Alien franchise. This came back to me, and Ellen Ripley was originally written as a man. Whatever. But they cast her as a woman, and you know what? I wouldn't know right away. What does that make me sexist? No, it just makes me like the characters were not good. I like Ellen Ripley, and you know what? Her being a woman was not her defining trait. Okay. Back to the other thing that broke me in Mortal Kombat 11. The grind. The mobile market grind. Because they turned Mortal Kombat 11 into a mobile game. They really did. You want... here's an excellent example. In the crypt, there are 3 currencies. There's gold, which you get for anything really, matches, special objectives, all that stuff. Then there's soul fragments, which you only get for I'm not entirely certain how they work. I get like 10 a match. When essentially I get 10 a match, and I get, you know, bonus amount due to tower objectives or whatever. And then there's hearts, where you get 1 per brutality or fatality. Okay. So you go to the crypt, and now granted, chest gold value has always been fluctuating through most of the Mortal Kombat games, whatever. But then we get to the souls and the hearts, and I had no way to really spend the hearts, so I had a shit ton of them for a while, until I used them all. Because it's not just the soul spires. Soul spires require 100 souls. Okay, about 10 matches. Not horrible. But now that you come across these special soul areas, I came across one. Actually, two of them. Three, but I didn't see how much one was. So, in order to use your Ermac soul power to raise something in the water, 3,000 souls, please. Come again? And then there was the soul spire in the middle of these trees that cost 10,000. What? Just what? That was the point that broke me. 10,000 souls. 10,000 souls. Are you fucking kidding me? 10,000 souls. What is that? So you get 10 souls a match. So that'd be what? That's 1,000 matches. Sounds about right. And hearts. Oh god, every heart chest I've come across costs 250 hearts. And you get one if you perform a brutality or a fatality. Are you fucking kidding me? This game is a grind fest to unlock anything. Oh, or use time crystals. Yes, yeah, that was the one thing that got me immediately when I saw time crystals right at the game. I knew WB Interactive's gonna add microtransaction bullshit. I'm like, oh great. Now granted, I really didn't use that shit at all if I could avoid it in World Injustice 2. But again, that game broke me. I'm never playing that again. And in order to unlock a skin, which shows up by random in the store every 5 to 8 hours, it costs 500 time crystals. Essentially $5 per skin. There's like 60 skins per character. Oh my god. Either they gotta lower the prices in the crypt, or they got to increase the amount you get for everything to an astronomical degree, even because I went through the crypt. I've gone through a good chunk of the crypt. There isn't much I don't think I haven't found yet in the crypt, and there is a shit ton of these random generated chests. Random generation. And the chests appear random. It's just that what they have in them is random. It's just... You done fucked it up. It really is what it is in a nutshell. You're throwing politics at us for out of nowhere, honestly, that had really no place in Mortal Kombat, only because it's Mortal fucking Kombat. It's a game where you brutalize people and, you know, fighting for the realms and their gods and demons and that stuff. Politics really was like the lowest priority in Mortal Kombat. It was essentially freedom versus tyranny. Or, you know, extinction. And now we also have this microtransaction bullshit. It turns into a grind fest. This was the problem in Justice 2, and it's now worse. I am a big Mortal Kombat fan. Oh, also, the reason I'm having Twisted Metal Black play in the background is because apparently WB has been manually censoring anyone speaking negative about Mortal Kombat 11. I found this out. That's just making it worse. That's just making it worse. I don't know. hoping I pretty never good, honestly. But I'm hoping I got some points wrong. I know I ranted a lot more about SJW stuff. I do apologize for that. Obviously, that's been a long-standing issue I've been dealing with. But, and my opinion for AAA business practices are well since if anyone that knows me knows how much I loathe it. I mean, and you've now officially put NetherRealm Studios on my shit list. Studio I was willing to keep supporting. So, if I see the names attached of EA, WB, Ubisoft, Activision, maybe 2K, I don't know. Borderlands 3 is on my watch list right now. Not because I want to get it, mostly because of the already terrible business decision of being exclusive to the Epic Games Store. That crap. Beforehand. So yeah. That is my thank you for listening to my rant. Feel free to comment. I'm worried I probably came off more like a sexist and racist than I really should have. But I'm never very good about my wording, honestly, because I don't know. I don't beat around the bush. I really don't. I'm not politically correct in any way, shape, or form, especially in today's climate, where the littlest thing that offends somebody, oh, they're evil now. It's like, or one, it could have been accidental, or two, it wasn't offensive. You're adding offense to something that may not have been offensive at all. It's funny because I actually keep thinking of a South Park episode that really does paint that idea well. Which, I can't remember the name of the episode, but it had to involve the South Park flag. And the kids being forced to debate whether to change it or not. And honestly, I think that nailed it. It really nailed it. And because, I don't know. Yes, I know racism and sexism does happen. And it's wrong when it happens. But then, isn't it wrong to also separate them for preferential treatment over everyone else as well? I don't know. That's a very... honestly, I don't know. I need to think about it. I need to think about it. Because that's just complicated. But yeah. As of right now, I can't recommend it. However, even if it is $10 cheaper. That's my rage out. That's my rant out. I hope you have a good day. And stay tuned for Mr. Millicent Plays next week. 8 p.m. Standard Time. The reviews will continue from Dark Side of the Well, have a good day.